Hey everybody, Glenn here, and it's time to begin another month of subscription boxes, and we're going to start this month with Cosmo-Cube. Now, technically this is the September Cosmo-Cube, but it came way too late really for me to get into the September box rotation, so we're opening it up in October, but it's actually a September box. This is the last Cosmo-Cube I'm going to get for a while. It's going to go into the rotation that I talked about last video. So it's not one of the primary boxes, but we're going to see it every once in a while. Cosmo-Cube's claim to fame, I guess, is that they put out some unique boxes. And when I say unique, I mean that the themes are themes you're not going to see everywhere. The items are usually very different. They're kind of quirky boxes as well. A couple months ago, we got the steampunk box, which I'd never seen before in another subscription box, but it had some unusual items in it. It had the steampunk goggles, just some very cool items along with a pop as well. The theme was well put together, was very cohesive, and they did a really good job with it. On the other hand, last month, they came out with a whatever box. Now, what this told me was that they couldn't think of anything, or they were, short of inventory. Whatever they wanted to do, they weren't able to do. So the whatever box was pretty much a failure. They threw just a few items in. It was very small for a $30 box. No real theme, so the items didn't make a whole lot of sense with each other, and it was very random. At least some of the boxes that don't have themes, like Power Up Box, Geek Fuel especially, at least puts items together that have some sort of cohesion, some sort of symmetry with each other. But this was just kind of a random box, and it was very disappointing. So Cosmo-Cube's theme for this month is Deep Cover. I wasn't quite sure what to make of this theme. Sounded kind of vague. Could have gone in any direction. I really didn't expect them to go in the direction that they did. Before we get into the items, let me just kind of throw out there that I'm not making any judgments really on the theme of the items here, but I do think that, number one, it's kind of odd to put in a geeky subscription box that has a lot of really, probably has a lot of really young fans. So, parents, dads are buying it for the kids, or they're unboxing them together, making a whole big thing of it. These are supposed to be some geeky, cool toys, and I'm not sure that the theme this month really fit that, and I don't know if it was 100% appropriate in that way. The other thing is, with all that's going on in the world right now, this seemed like an odd choice to me. Again, not making any judgment calls, but when you see the items, you'll kind of see what I'm talking about. But their theme just seemed a little odd. I know they're trying to be unique, and the items definitely fit with each other. But so let's dive into Deep Cover, this month's theme, and see what they've got for us. All right, we've got an ice cube tray. Now, we just got a Doctor Who ice cube tray in one of the boxes just a couple videos ago. This one is an ice cube tray. It's plastic, but it's basically bullets. So this is AK-47 magazine ice cube tray. So it's actually two pieces. You can just pour the water in, or even chocolate, or whatever you want to do. If you want to, it's basically a mold. So it works well as an ice cube tray, and that's, I think, what it's meant to be. But you could probably do chocolate or Jello or something like that. It's a basic mold, but it's a bunch of bullets when they come out. All right, the next thing we've got is a novelty USB drive. We get those from time to time. Usually they're superheroes or what have you. This comes on a keychain, and it's also a bullet. So you just open her up, and there's your USB right there. Just a plastic USB. So you can kind of see where this theme is headed. Again, not making any judgment calls, but I'm just not sure how I feel about this particular theme coming out of this box. Now, this does come with a neat tin for the drive. You just put the USB drive in there, and it makes a pretty good container for that as well. So 8 gigabyte 8 GB USB drive. Okay, we've got an M16 that's actually a pen. So what I think they were going with this box is kind of weapons disguised as other things. You know what I mean? Kind of deep cover, right? They're in disguise. They're but very gun oriented box. This particular thing. All right, we got a shirt. It's a white shirt, and with this design in the front. This is called Ghost Assassin Mark II. I'm really not sure what this is. I even looked it up, and it looks like a combination of, to me, Assassin's Creed and maybe Ghost Recon as far as games go. But that's what it kind of seems to me. I know there's mods and stuff that you can do for like the Ghost Recon game that has a Assassin's Creed outfits and stuff, an armor. I'm not 100%. Again, I looked it up. I couldn't find 100% of what it might be, but this is the impression I get, and this is kind of the way my searches went when I was looking for something. Now, as a shirt goes, this is a very good quality white shirt. It's a little bit heavy. It's a Gildan shirt, so it's a little bit on the heavy side, and it's a very subtle shirt, which I always like, with a decent design. All right, and the last item continues kind of that theme. This is called Ghost Assassin Mark I, and it seems to, in addition to what I was talking about with Assassin's Creed and Ghost Recon in there, it seems to put a little bit of Hitman in there as well. That's what it looks like to me anyway. So, decent print. It's a flat cardstock print, so it didn't get rolled up, which is always good. It's a little bent, just from the way it was arranged in the box, but still definitely displayable, and decent artwork too. If you like this print, it would be all right to display. So, got a little print. We're getting quite a few prints lately. I think Comic-Con boxes starting to set a trend in that direction. All right, one more item. I almost forgot about it. This is kind of a survival gear kind of item. It's a little credit card credit card sized metal template thing that has all sorts of different little tool type stuff on it. So it's meant to fit in your wallet or whatever, but it's got a saw type thing up at the top. It's got a very sharp blade on the side. And it's got, there's your obvious bottle opener. I'm not sure what all these other things do, to be honest. Some of it looks like something you might measure. It's got little, like the round one has little gradients in it, and it's got a little ruler on the side there as well. But this is a cool little idea, except it's kind of dangerous. We're talking about the kids thing, but they put a disclaimer that this stuff is really sharp. And just that the box in general contains some sharp objects, which basically they're talking about this. But this is an interesting thing to include. But again, this box doesn't seem that geeky. It doesn't seem like it has that. At least in their other boxes that were different. Yeah, you come across a pop figure. It's still pop culture-y. This is more, aimed, no pun intended, at a specific set of people. So it just came across as weird to me. Not bad, not good. Just kind of an oddball choice. It seems like maybe they were coming up with this theme while they were doing the whatever theme in the last month, and like, hey, we really are gonna try to go for broke with this bullet gun assassin kind of theme. Because it's so different than what anybody else has done. So overall, I'm not thrilled with this box. Not necessarily because of the oddballness of the theme to me, but just because the pen, the M16 pen, is kind of still, that's just a cheap pen. It's not that cool. Ice cube trays you've been getting over and over again. That's not a very practical ice cube tray even. With the two pieces and everything, I'm not sure how well it would work. The one item I did like is the big bullet USB drive. That's a pretty cool item. the print was okay and the shirt was okay, but I really didn't get the designs. They didn't, pop out to me. I really didn't quite get them, and maybe that's part of my problem with this box is I didn't really get it. But they did put a lot more effort into it than they did that whatever box. Overall, I'm going to give this box a C+. It really just doesn't interest me that much. For someone else, it might be a much better box, but I just didn't really see it as having really anything that interested me or anything that said, oh, wow, that's cool. It just didn't have a cool factor for me. So, again, this is the last Cosmo-Cube that I'm going to get for a while. It's going into the rotation, but I don't see it coming back around for quite a while. Well, that's about it for Cosmo-Cube. We're going to jump right into the next box here within the next couple of days. And I've also got those pop reviews that I promised coming up as well. I'm on vacation currently, so I'm trying to backload a bunch of videos, make a bunch at the same time to release a little bit at a time. And those will also go on the Patreon page early for our patrons to check out before I put them on YouTube. So stay tuned for those. As always, comment, like, subscribe. Hit us up on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Twitch. I'm trying to get a stream going this weekend for Star Wars Battlefront. I've been playing a little bit. I had a stream going for a few minutes there, but it's not cooperating very well. But I'm hoping to get that going, and maybe I could stream some other games, particularly games that come out of sub boxes. So until next time, we will see you later. Have a great one.